Get back on the grind. Now I'm just gonna start it out. Welcome to Gamers Room, and we're gonna have a chat for some games today, or something like
You
that.
go
You
ahead
know?
and do that because you are live right now.
Yeah, right on. Welcome to Gamers Realm Podcast. It has been a while since I have been on, and it's awesome to be back. I just want to take the time and welcome our fellow crew. We got Black Pokemon Trainer.
What's going on, guys?
We got CHICHUKI.
Yo, what is up, everybody?
And we got Mr. Switch.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
And today we are going to be doing some chit-chatting with some gaming, some new games, some old games, and whatever games you want. So, fellas, is there anything big you guys want to talk about today, gaming-wise? I know.
Real quick, I apologize. I want to just, for those who were expecting Leaf Tilden, we were expecting him today, and it seems that, actually, I don't know why. Oh my God, I'm embarrassing myself. I didn't even got my camera on. What's going on here?
You're fired, bro.
Yeah, we were going to tell you that you didn't have your camera on.
I am fired big time. So that's one way to start. I want to apologize for I did communicate with him for a while, and we talked on the phone, and today was the day we were supposed to do the podcast. It seems this has happened somewhat before, where someone actually I forgot, it was someone else, and the time zones can somehow get us confused. That it looks like the time zones for himself got hope, maybe that's what it is, and we'll communicate later, and we'll set up a new date for it later on. So I apologize for that. Retro, take it away.
All right. So, man, I have just been, I know we kind of chit-chat about this about the before the podcast, but I'm super excited about Super Mario 3D World. OMG. I almost want to throw all my other games out. Not like
stop it. No, you don't.
Well, you're not literally, but shelf them for a minute. I would never throw away video games. Chuki knows me too well.
Yeah, send them to me if you don't want them.
Right? Hey, what's your address again? No. But no, it's pretty cool because they combined like all the cool like aesthetics of Super Mario 3D World, but kind of turned it into like a darker, like, I don't know, he's strapped in that sludge. It's pretty cool. You never seen Bowser like that before. Like, anybody have any thoughts on it?
I saw a meme about about Bowser, and it pretty much said that the new Bowser reminds people of the sprite from McDonald's, and
I saw that too. Yeah,
and like I love the new Bowser. I love the design. I haven't gotten a chance to immerse myself in Bowser's Fury yet, but I'm excited to see everything that Bowser has to offer.
It's really incredible because you're used to the traditional Bowser like following you around everywhere, and like whenever you're defeating the enemy, and that's not the case. He kind of camps out for a minute and then he shoots out with some power. I mean, it kind of sneaks up on you on some of the parts, because if you're not expecting the power whenever you're going to go jump on him, he'll nail you. And what's cool about that is, though, you can't be like the little teeny tiny Mario. You get to catch all the five little Giga Cats, and then you open up the Giga Bell, and then that's when you're like huge. You're like huge.
Does Bowser Fury, does it kind of give you Breath of the Wild vibes, but like in like a miniature version, and like substitute Link with Mario, for example?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that you talk about that, because it's really open world. Like, you really don't have any restrictions, so to speak. And so you're right, it is very open, just like Breath of the Wild.
I think my experience right now with I played I think I fought Bowser with the new Bowser's Fury part. Maybe I'm on the third battle with him. It's got a lot going on. There's so much more than I thought. Just the beginning part, I think Retro had said, where you fight him the first time, and I thought, I hope this is not just it. And then there's so much more. So the experience with that is, I haven't liked the game so much in a while, and I really do enjoy this, because it is kind of like the first time, because I didn't play the Wii U version of Super Mario 3D World. My kids did. I've seen them play, but now that I'm experiencing it for the first time, and it's a beautiful game, and just that extra touch of it, and it is really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot right now. So
And to like have the ability to play Super Mario 3D World on the Switch. I've been like, when they showcased it last year, dude, I've been waiting. It's like you're sitting there with your wrist, like, like a stopwatch. You're like, when are they going to release it? And finally, like, they tell you February, and you're like, the last 2 weeks, you're sitting here, February, and then you get to play it on your Switch. It's pretty cool. So you don't have to have the Wii U anymore. People like myself who've been wanting a Wii U, but they're super duper expensive now, been kind of holding out. Now you don't have to, because a lot of the games are actually ported over. So that's what's cool.
The Wii U is expensive now. Like
Oh yeah, they are
I
not
have no idea because I have one,
Yeah.
and I never thought of
Like,
getting rid of it. So
I regretted one year. I think it was like 3 years ago, because I passed it up. It was like 300, and the last time I looked at a Wii U, it was like $1,000 just alone.
Yeah, because like it wasn't, the Wii U wasn't produced as much as like literally any other consoles. Like they have the least units out of every console, so it's really hard to find something that wasn't produced that much or didn't sell that much. And honestly, a lot of people probably threw it away because they didn't really have like the games that people were looking for.
It was like I knew it wasn't produced that much, but I was like, I just didn't think there was that high a popularity for it now. That just surprises me.
Yeah, they were expensive, and I regretted passing that up. I should have just bought it and just ate it at the time, but I was like, $300, nah, because it went up from 150 to 300, and then the dramatic jump in a few months and years and up to 1,000. I was like, no, I'm good.
The cool thing about the Wii U right now is that it's one of the consoles where you can still like use the emulator that comes with the game by just buying, Super Mario RPG, Mario Party 2, games for the N64, even the Wii, Super Nintendo. So like that's keeping the Wii U like going for the time being.
And that's the one thing, is that the Wii U, a lot of people don't realize that it's such a powerhouse system. Like, you stepped up from the Wii to the Wii U, and they were still using I believe the ATI graphics, kind of like they were with the GameCube. And to me, I just don't think it got much publicity, for the fact is that they had the Wii, and then a lot of people were confused, like, what's the Wii U? Like, what's the difference? Just a screen? But they didn't realize the power it had inside of it.
Well, it was a horrible ad campaign just to mess up the name. If they had got the name better, more people would have known. And people didn't realize that it was going for a darker tone in some of their games, and it didn't work out very well because nobody had it. I mean, I remember I got it. I had to put it on layaway at Walmart, and it was like the last couple of weeks to get it, and it was just a failed campaign for it. I mean, the games are great, games are fine, but when you fail half of it is half marketing, half consumer. And when you fail marketing at the beginning, you're going to suffer. And it did.
I know, because I remember back in the day when it was at Target, and me and my friends, like, we weren't really like hardcore gamers, like back then. And we were like, the Wii U, what is this thing? Like, we knew what the Wii was, and we were like, they're like, Wii, is this like the Junior, like the Wii Junior? And we didn't think about it, because we were just like, oh, there's the games on the Wii. We didn't realize it was a whole separate deal. And like you said, Chichuki, there was no campaigning for it, because it was literally just on the shelf. There was nothing. The games, the Wii U, and that was it. I didn't see any advertising, really. It wasn't that big. Like, they didn't talk it up, I felt like.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. The Wii U didn't hit my radar until Breath of the Wild came out.
Okay, that's fair.
And then like once Breath of the Wild came out, I got a Wii U, and then like okay, this is cool. And then that's when I was introduced to like a multitude of other games. I'm like Mario Kart 8, Super Mario 3D World, the new Super Mario Bros. I'm like, all right, this is actually a legit console. But like you said, Chichuki, like their marketing campaign was absolute trash, especially if it didn't hit my radar.
Awful. Well, you could also throw into the fact that the game launch window was abysmal. Also, that there was really nothing great that came out with it, and top that off with terrible marketing. What you have? New Super Mario Brothers Wii U or whatever, or New Super Mario Brothers U.
Mm-hmm.
You had Zombie U and a couple other games that came out at launch. And frankly, Nintendo at this time, they weren't a like an older demographic gaming company anymore, really. I mean, they were never really. But if one of your launch window games is Zombie U and nobody knows that the Wii U is different from the Wii, it's not going to work.
Yeah, especially when you're having like a zombie Mario game. Like, I don't know. To me, I just dismissed it, because I think at the time, like the PlayStation, right, was a big thing at the time. So like we were over there playing the PlayStation, PS2, when we weren't thinking about the Wii U. We were just thinking about Final Fantasy. We were just like, yeah, hardcore RPG. We're like, oh, Mario, that's okay. We'll go back. We'll go fight with Cloud and fight Sephiroth. Yeah, that's what it was all about.
I would have enjoyed the Wii U more, but my kids enjoyed it more than me with Disney's Infinity and things like that. But I didn't. I loved it for Netflix. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
Yeah, because you can sit down and like if you have it on your TV, just use the what do you call it, a touchpad, and either watch it there or on your TV. And yeah, that's I use it more because at that stage I was always one of those like gym geeks at that time, and I was just doing that and not playing this. And I had given up gaming at that period. That time period, I was shortly after my divorce, and then into when the Wii U came out, and just working out all the time, whatever. And then my kids I got them the Wii U, but then everything came back, of course, with the Switch. But yeah, so it's just I did think the Wii U had some great games in it. I know they did. I just didn't give the time for it. I was too busy trying to get pumped.
Yeah.
So no, I'm kidding. I need to get back to it.
Don't we all, bro?
I'm telling you, it's as much as I pass the gym I used to work at, I see it. The parking lot is just all full. I'm like, man, look at all these phonies. They just want to get COVID. I get mad at myself. I'm not going in there. No one's worried these days. You go to the next pizza joint. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese down the street. The whole thing is packed. I was like, all right, let them be. I'm just gonna do me. And when the time's right, like, I'm actually gonna start streaming Ring Fit starting next week, and I'm gonna put in my mind, stream every night late, Monday to Friday, but Friday is gonna be the podcast. But then Monday to Thursday, I'm not gonna make official in case I am tired and I just don't stream, but I would make the effort to just do more of that. But yeah, I do. Oh, man, I want to play on the Wii U. I wanted to play Twilight Princess, but I realized that it came out on the GameCube, on the Wii, and whatever else. But still, I would still get a Wii U eventually. If I have anything with the Wii U, crap, where is it?
You don't have a Wii U in that collection that you inherited already?
I know, right? Yeah,
that was in the collection, but he kept it. The some systems.
Yeah, man, like getting a Wii U now is just as hard as getting a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. The new Nintendo Switch looks pretty cool though. The Super Mario Bros. Edition.
That is nice.
Dude. What is that? Yeah, boy.
Oh, you got it.
I picked it up. I was like, I got it. Like I saw it. Red's my favorite color. I'm like, I gotta take the money out of my savings.
Show it again. Show both sides.
Boom.
Hold on, wait. Give me a sec. Let me
That's not bad.
The view to speaker view.
That's
what's up right there. Cool.
Yeah. So honestly,
the other side.
I mean, honestly, I'm looking at this like the red is different than the red that came out from the Odyssey Switch that came out 3 years ago, or from the neon red. So in my opinion, it seems closer to the neon red Joy-Con controller. One thing I wish they would have done with it, because like everything is just red. Like I think the Joy-Con should have been a different color. Like the Joy-Con should have been the blue color. That's
blue.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, like I love it. I haven't turned it on yet, actually, to be honest with you, because everything's still on my other Switch.
For the first time, he turns it on Gamerz.
And okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I was so worried about scalpers picking this up. I ordered it from 2 different places in case the first one didn't ship.
Oh, wow.
So
can see that.
I'm going to return the other one. I just want, I just wanted to be safe because like from everything that I ever wanted recently, they disappear within hours, if not minutes.
Yeah, you want to know what else is disappearing? People are scalping those Pokemon things from
Pokemon cards.
McDonald's.
Yes.
Bro.
That is so frustrating.
That's irritating. My kids are big Pokemon players, card game, and they have like they're almost out every day.
It's like at my local McDonald's, they have like a sign like out in the front. It's like, we are out of Pokemon cards. We apologize for the inconvenience. And I'm like, dude, like, why? And like, I'm like, I get it. Pokemon cards are still a thing for adults, but like, do you really need to buy like 5 or 6 Happy Meals?
It's ridiculous how garbage it's getting. That there are sealed boxes on eBay for about $1,000 that is like this never even got to McDonald's.
You know why? It's because the truck drivers probably saw the value in it, set the thing aside, or the manager probably took it home.
Right there. Management. McDonald's employees have been hoarding Happy Meal toys for years, and it happens in all the fast food places when they get something that they want and know they can sell it.
It does. When I worked for McDonald's for like 10 years.
So you're part of the problem then.
And I just being 100% honest, we used to give them the toys, but we got first pick. So if they give you like what you call a mystery box full of stuff, so it has a little bit of everything, we got first pick from that when the toys came out, and the customers still got the toys, but we got first pick. So firsthand, I can tell you it does happen.
Oh, of course, I know it happens.
And the one thing I've been trying to get a hold of as well is they don't have it at our Burger King, is the Mario toys. Those are hard to find right now at Burger King. The Switch toys.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, and ours has like, they call it the super meal that's on there, but we go by there and they're still giving out cookies in the Happy Meals because of COVID. They're not passing out the toys.
Man,
wait a minute. They're giving out cookies instead of Happy Meal toys at Burger King?
I don't.
Is that what you're telling me?
Well, they have been at our location. They have for years. That's been a thing. They stopped giving out toys because it supposedly promotes kids getting overweight and stuff like that. But cookie, to me, overweight, don't give them a cookie, give them a toy. It's fun.
This is give them more calories. No biggie.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense to me. I'm like, come on, guys.
Oh God,
guys! I was going to show you guys what I do have is from the Wii U.
What do you got, a box?
All I have
a box.
That looks different from a normal Wii U box. Is it? Oh, you mother!
Is that?
It's the. This is the what you call it, the Wind Waker pack.
That is the one gamepad I've been looking for, and now like it's just a ridiculous price just trying to get just the gamepad itself.
Well, I got the box, so
is it the box? I was like, that's the box. So
sell in the box. They got the system, but they don't got the box.
Scalp the box, man. You get easy ground out of that.
Probably. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yeah,
well, there's people that buy the boxes. There's people that actually buy the boxes. It's crazy.
I could see you easily getting like $300 or $400 for that box.
Yeah. Well, it's a rare box. You can't buy it anymore.
Hey, Chichuki, if you put it on sale for 400, you can have 100 and give me 300.
Oh, what, you want me to sell it for you?
Since you said that, you do the hard work for me.
I said I can easily see you getting $400 for that. I didn't say.
Hey, if Chichuki sells it and you ship it and he gets the money, he won't give it to you.
Of course not. I'm not giving
Oh wait, you are so right. Forget it. Let's turn it around.
He's all yoink.
Yeah, send me the box, then I'll sell it and make the money.
Wow. Just like the McDonald's boxes.
You guys want to hear something crazy? I did not know. Hold on, I want to take this out because I just got my Intellivision system, and like.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got like original cartridges of Astro Smash, Space Armada, So this is how the cartridges look like. It's let me see. Let me see if I can move the mic real quick. If you guys can see right here. See it, the controller's going here. Then you switch. I had to connect it to my VCR, and I had to find a separate piece to, you know, that with today's it won't connect because the I wish I could show it. It's just the outputs or whatever are different, so you can't connect it to a modern TV. So I had to find something to connect it to the VCR, to my converter into the Elgato. So it's already ready to roll, and I got some games playing. I'm still cleaning stuff, so I will be streaming this. What is this? 1979 game system. It's the games are all 1979. I looked at oh wow, like this is Mattel. You know, it's just crazy. But the unique part about it is the control. And that's these buttons here. I kept getting these cards and it came with the boxes and the booklets. And these cards slide in.
Yep.
And I didn't know that. I was like, what the heck? So CHICHUKI knew it. And that way you just know where the buttons there's 2 buttons here, 2 buttons on this side, and that's how you play the game. And I was confused for a second, but I thought the cartridges, I thought the games or the controllers were messed up, but they're not, and they work perfectly. So I'm really I can't wait I got a auto racing, triple actions. It's got a baseball, tennis, boxing, 3 space games. Something that I kind of want to show, you know, on maybe on either Monday or Wednesday. I have to figure out when I want to stream the system, but it's really, I had to clean it. It came dusty and really dirty as heck. I just man, the lady's like, oh, it works fine. And I don't think she knew if it worked or not. I had to make sure it did because it was just nasty, dusty. But either way, it's cool to have this. And then we got the AMICO coming out, you know, at the end of the, and I think I'm on this coming Wednesday, Tommy Tallarico on the Intellivision YouTube channel, they're gonna have an update as to when, or more information on when it's actually gonna come out, or you know, I think people are debating April or the end of the summer. I think it's gonna be the end of summer, my debate. So I'm just wondering because I got mine on pre-order already, so I can't wait, you know, for the new one. But I'm just gonna enjoy this older Intellivision, so it's really cool. So, any of you guys ever played it before?
I played the ROMs, I've emulated it, but I haven't played the actual physical system since I was 6 or 7.
Yeah, I was past it. I never played the original.
Yeah, that's a little before my time too.
Yeah, my uncle had, growing up, we had Ataris, Intellivisions, Nintendos, and the Intellivision was pretty cool because I remember, I think they had ColecoVision as well. So the Intellivision was always fun because my uncle had that hooked up all the time. But it's been that long, so I'm going to be 38 this year, so that's quite a long time ago.
You're going to be 38?
38?
You're old.
Heck yeah, I'm getting up there.
I'm like,
you're a day over 25.
You're old. 40.
I just hit my 30s a couple weeks ago, guys.
Barely?
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the 30 club.
It doesn't sound too exciting.
I know, CHICHUKI, with so much sarcasm right there.
You know what? I'll tell you right now.
Well, I don't have any positive or negative experiences. It was the same as the 20 club.
I think the 30s
anymore.
For me, I think the 30s were some of the best years I've had. I think mid 30s are when you're I think the 30s are when you're at your prime, I think. And it's just, but when I turned 40, I felt like going back down. I think the pandemic helped me feel that way, but I'm going to make myself feel young again. But the 30s, don't feel bad about it. There's some great and better times for you. You'll see.
Hey, they say 40s are the new 20s.
I'm hoping.
That's what people say.
Who
so
says that?
Huh?
Retro says that.
Anybody on the Housewives of whatever city that you're watching.
Never heard a guy with a teal hat that says AMICO on it say that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, there we go. Had to make sure my.
So that AMICO, how much is not the AMICO, but that Intellivision? How much did you pay for that? You don't mind me asking.
I don't want to say it live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that much? Okay.
Woo.
It
Hey,
was that
put it in the
much.
chat. Hey, put it in the chat.
No. It was Amigos go for sale for about, if you're good, if you're lucky, you can find them for $19. You can find them for like up to $50. Just don't get trapped and and buy one for people are charging outrageous prices and act like this thing's worth $1,000 or so. But no, don't worry, I didn't do that. I'm just saying, just make sure you find the right place. Down the street, I can find it in Kenosha for like, again, $19. The games can go for like $3. Space Armada can go for like $3. But if you go to somebody who will find those people who don't know nothing about it, they'll sell it for like $50 or more, making you. So you just got to know how to hunt it, save your money and do it right. That's why you don't want to. When you buy it in the television or whatever old system, you could definitely find someone. And the good places is to also find one and be careful with is your Facebook Market. So.
Oh, Facebook Market is the worst.
Facebook Market has been like just in general for anything like electronics has been it's horrible. Just what people are trying to do with the products on there.
Yeah,
well, like, anything really, like my wife and I put like, because we're moving, so we're like consolidating all of our stuff, so we'll just give away certain things and people snatch up that free stuff. We'll put something outside for like, we'll put $5 and it hasn't gone for like weeks. If we put it for free, people just snag that stuff. So nobody wants to pay for stuff on that marketplace.
Yeah, especially if you see free. I think from what I know, a lot of people, when they see free, they turn it into a DIY project for the most part. Either that or they really need something.
Like we gave away my daughter's bed. People came and picked that up quick. And it was in great condition. That's why we tried to sell for $15. Nothing. And we said free. Someone drove all the way like from across town to come get it. And quickly they're like, hurry. I need that item. And in electronics too, you put free on electronics, people will snatch that stuff up.
And then sell it.
Yep.
Right.
I've seen it. Yeah, I have seen it.
So Retro, what happened? Because we haven't seen you, or the podcast in general haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to?
Well,
Retro
update. I let go of my YouTube because man, it's been a grind. It was fun on there, but it's been such a grind, and I feel like I've spent a lot of my personal time. Like I got so far into YouTube editing and things that I didn't have time for video games. So my personal time, I had none. Like I had my family time, I separated all that. That was all well and good. And I was like, man, I've been grinding out this for a while. And I noticed that when I switched over to Facebook gaming and I just stream, I seem to be doing a lot better on there. I mean, my follower numbers aren't as high right now because you have to start all over, of course, but it's a lot funner and it's less of a grind. So now I'm on Facebook gaming. And I do that, and I'm kind of hooked into the Super Mario World community, which is say the least, super fun. And also, I've been kind of spending a lot of time on my Instagram because I'm over 1K followers. So now I'm a brand on Instagram. Yeah, thank you. That was a grind.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats. That's a big milestone.
That's my favorite milestone because when they send you that badge that says like you can now host like fundraisers and now you're a brand.
Oh, on Instagram, you said?
Yeah, I'm 1K on Instagram. 1.1K. Yeah, it's fun. So now I've started uploading. Like everybody knows that I haven't changed on mobile games. That's my favorite thing. So now instead of doing it on YouTube, I don't have to edit it. I can just record it on my phone and upload it to IGTV. So I've kind of switched what I do now. On YouTube, I've turned it on to IGTV, which is Instagram television, which is super fun. And then not many people like TikTok, but I put 1-minute video clips on there. One of my videos got 2,913 views.
Let's go.
Yeah, that was it was from Super Mario Run, which is a mobile game, and I was playing as Peach.
That is awesome, dude.
That's crazy.
That's congrats, man. Like that's huge.
So I've been grinding on on those platforms because I feel like it's easier to just play a game, record it, upload, no edit, done deal. So that's a little bit of an update. And I want to try to boost up my kids' YouTube channels because I'm going to try something different with theirs. So I've been doing that as well and having fun.
KOTETSU? Sorry, he's on the chat box.
He's in the chat.
Hey, KOTETSU, what's up, man?
KOTETSU, Kaiten. What's up, Kaiten? Ryan Bell. Ryan's there. Zach. Yeah, the Instagram thing has been I've had one for a while, but I post things here and there. And ever since Retro and I have been talking, and he's been telling me about his success with Instagram, and I just started to pay more attention to that too, and just kind of see what's going. I started posting all kinds of weird shit on there, and I posted dumb stuff I was doing with I bought a Happy Meal and I was pretending that there was all this extra cards in there. I did some stupid
I know.
and then I pretended that the Happy Meal had I took my whatchamacallit, my
You got some kind of sword, right?
Yeah, I saw your
my
master sword get
and
pulled
I
out of
pulled it
there.
on.
Yeah.
I was just doing silly shit and it was funny, and I just started just doing whatever, and I'm also looking for more people to befriend, and I'm seeing more gamers to get more gamers on to. So now it's like I noticed that Instagram grows faster than certain other platforms, and so now I guess I was at maybe about a few weeks ago I was on 600 something. So I just hit 800 exactly. Like right now I looked at it 800. So I was like, okay, cool. So now that's climbing. So I'm trying to still have fun with that, put attention to Instagram again, and then at the same time with Twitter's I'm always on Twitter. I wish I had more time for Discord. YouTube is something that is definitely plateaued so crazy. It's like it's so hard with what everyone else is doing, and so I'm at like 1,200 whatever, and it gets closer to changing. The number changed to like 230, then it drops 10, up 10, drops 10. Why does it 10 go up, then drop 10, 10 go? It does that a lot, and I'm just like, I shouldn't pay attention to that. I shouldn't care. Sure, or at the same time, just how do I get people to stay? So, and I'm thinking YouTube is just harder. Facebook gaming, it's I think I'm over 200 now, but the point is, just I wish there was just one place I could just only mess with and just stay with. But I think it's just I don't mind being with the Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook together at once, and Twitter. I don't think I put myself into some other things, but I do some of the videos I make, the cringy shit I do, like with the Pokemon crap, the Pokemon stuff I did. I should put that on something else. And I was like, nah, I'm not getting no TikTok. I do not want TikTok. I'm like, I keep thinking, should I put my crap on there? Whatever. And no, I don't want another thing to worry about, a whole nother app. And so it's just I'm gonna leave my funny stuff on, and I don't want to post it everywhere because sometimes like I did that Harry Potter thing you guys saw, where I'm putting the cloak on me and then I give the finger to everyone. I'm just like, I'll leave that shit on Instagram and not to put it on my Facebook because I got important people on my Facebook, like Phil Adams and Tom and TALLARICO, and I don't want to like post stuff I don't need to post on and keep things only for one certain area. So I mean,
oh, can I get feedback?
Yes.
So one of I don't want to say friends because we had a falling out, but they started their whole social media career on Instagram. So they're shiny hunters, so like they posted like their shiny Pokemon that they're capturing, and like they started on Instagram and they made their way up to like 2,000 followers, and then moved, like once they had all the tools and that was necessary, they moved themselves to YouTube. They use both platforms to complement each other because there's probably people that seen them on YouTube that's not on Instagram, and people that's not on Instagram that's on YouTube. Your Facebook page is growing, and I would personally use that to grow the podcast, and I think that would be a good idea.
You think that I should pay more attention to Facebook than YouTube, or what do you think?
Oh, I think YouTube should be strictly for podcasts. I mean, I feel like this is a great place for it. And I think that, while you're doing Facebook gaming on there, because I feel like with Facebook gaming, you get a lot of random viewers, a lot of people who can like potentially see you. And like, that's just not the case on YouTube. So what I would do is like, advertise yourself on Facebook, have, everybody else advertise on whatever platform that they're doing. Be like, hey, this is a Gamer Runs podcast, come through. We're here every Friday. We wildin' and just have people come through that way. And I seen that happen with another one of my friends who actually just hit 1,000 on YouTube. He has an Instagram account, and like a lot of the people who came into his YouTube channel came from Instagram.
I keep having that thought in my mind. I'm going crazy. The past several weeks, I've been thinking about it, talking to separate people, and I keep thinking, well, where should I? Because now that I'm gonna slightly come back, I'm come back to streaming. But do I want to keep it on YouTube, or just like you were saying, keep it on maybe just the streaming on Facebook and podcast here? I keep getting tempted to post my cringy videos on YouTube, but now I'm like, nope, don't put that there no more. Keep it more for podcasting. So you're right, just kind of put the categories in their spot and not to, because I don't want to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
If I put I didn't do it, but I almost put my Harry Potter one on YouTube, where like again, I don't want to be giving everyone the finger on YouTube, and doing something stupid, and because it was funny, and I had the Harry Potter music playing, and I was behind the Chamber of Secrets. I put it behind me, and I was acting like, hey guys, I have to go hide, and I put this thing over, and I turned invisible with the cloak, and then as the song proceeds, my finger just comes up just like that, and it cuts off. I was like, no, I'm not doing that on YouTube. So yeah, I guess I'll leave the cringy stuff on gaming stuff on Instagram, stream on Facebook, podcast YouTube. You think that's how it should be?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, and like another thing about YouTube, I want to say is that YouTube is like one of those things where you have to have like a very closed in niche. Cause like, if you start hopping around everywhere, a lot of people on YouTube will never come back to you. Like you have to be like strictly on something. Like when I switched over from Black Ads Gamer to Black Pokemon Trainer, like everything like just skyrocketed from there. And like the moment like I played like like a Zelda game, it's kind of like that's when everything started dropping. So like that's the thing with YouTube. Like if you're gonna do something, you have to make sure you continue to do that one thing on YouTube.
Well, it's kind of like that on Facebook as well. They kind of group you kind of like on YouTube, but it's like you said, you hit the nail right on the head, Justin, is that on Facebook you get so many random viewers, whether it's on YouTube, you get the people that are on there with you, and you might not get a random viewer, and they might stick you in a category if you play it that way. But it's like Facebook to me, I feel like, because it's grouped in with Instagram, because how Facebook bought Instagram, so you kind of have it in with that crowd. And so if you post a link in your bio to your Facebook page, you'll get those followers. I've gotten those followers kind of intermingled now, because they'll click on the link in your bio and then they'll head on over to your Facebook. Yeah, so it's been a little bit of a fun adventure. Like with YouTube, I was like, I'm good. I have certain videos, like emulator videos, that got like 5K, 6K. And so I tried to go in that direction, but there's only so many emulators on the Google Play Store that are like actually good. And so like you try going in that direction, but you can't, because there's only a teeny tiny little bit on there. And
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
I was trying to think if I'm trying to grow watch time hours on YouTube, shouldn't I try to do? But no, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I really don't care about it. Like I want to get the hours, but then I'm just like, whatever. Just keep it as a podcast. Like when you Pokemon Trainer, you got your watch time hours. You got them. You just got them, right? And then, so I guess for me now, I'm too late in the game for it. So.
No, you're never too late, man. You're never too late, because I'm gonna tell you something about another YouTuber that Geek knew. He kind of plateaued at one point, and it's the content he was doing voice impressions. But he kept doing it. He kept going. He kept promoting himself, and then like out of nowhere, he had a growth of 10,000, subscribers. And I'm pretty sure that happened with Mr. Vaca. Same thing. He switched up his.
It happened with QA Ninja too, where he was doing fine. He had like 2,000, now he's like 13,000, like boom, quick. But like I have to figure out my way, what I got to do to push in, but then I don't want to overdo it. And what if I'm wasting my time, I guess, or
no. QA Ninja was smart though. What he did was they're called those battles. You know what I mean? They were like with the artist battles. So his niche was he would have the Instagram battles going on live on YouTube, which was very smart. And then he'd have those at the same time as his gaming ones. So because he did the battles, it caused him to grow. And that was a part of his main niche. People love that. And so that helped promote his channel doing those battles from Instagram, which is very smart on his behalf and which caused a lot of growth on his YouTube channel, like tremendously.
Yeah, he's impressed me. I wish I asked him, dude, what's your secret? But he just do what you gotta do what you love doing. Don't try to change up for something else. And I don't want to be over, let's say, trying to become something that I'm not. And just do what you love doing and just go with the flow. But I do want to pay attention to the YouTube thing and the Facebook thing and Instagram. I've been on that more. I mean, I got more time to do things now. As much as I have my son Luigi running in the back, but of course my parents are with him right now. But like the weekends, I'll be busy. Normally we don't do this on Saturdays. I don't want to have anything else on Saturdays. I want to keep them on Fridays as usual. Just keep the normal times. So I think people keep getting confused, or I don't know. I have to make sure that everyone knows properly about time zones. And I thought we spoke about the time zones too. He's probably going to be, by the time we get off, he's going to be ready to get on. I'm like, oh shit. I hope that's not what we catch, But I text him enough on the phone. I mean, if I text him on his personal cell phone and he hasn't texted me at all day, then it's something else or whatever else. I don't want to, I'd leave it alone. I totally geek out. We grew up with, I spoke to him personally on the phone. That was cool, but I really wanted to interview Leaf Tilden. But it's fine,
What Justin was talking about earlier was the niche. Like, that's the thing is, like, I might not have found a niche on YouTube, but I found a niche and a community on Facebook. So it's like, I like playing Super Mario World. I would prefer not to play it all the time, but it gets like tons of like views. So like when you're grouped into that, that's what helps. So it's like, whatever, you can play the ROM hacks, Kaizo, Super Mario World, you're automatically just thrown into that. So it's like, it's fun because like he found the niche with the Pokemon, mine Super Mario World, and I don't necessarily hate streaming it all the time, but there's sometimes I like to stream other things. That's why like during the midweek I have a midweek one where I do like maybe Nintendo or Game Boy or something like that just to change it up. But my main streams, like, it has to be Super Mario World because that's where all the focus is on that. I noticed Mario Kart and like anything first person shooter related on there. So those three things like go really big because there's just there's a few elderly people that are playing first person shooters and MMORPGs. I couldn't spit that out. And this lady, I think she has like something like 300,000 followers on Facebook gaming, and she has like over something like that on her TikTok, and she's like super good at like first person shooters, but she found her niche, and I think she's like something like 67 years old.
Woo!
Yeah, and she has awesome. a very high kill count. So I'm like, man, if people of that generation can do it on Facebook, I'm pretty sure I can get a hold to do something.
I gotta give her props because, like, I used to be into the first-person shooter genre, and then my hand-eye coordination started to die, like in my late 20s.
Yeah, it's like squirrel.
Yeah, I don't know if I can be you know, for me, I think when it comes to streaming, you know, being 40 now, I think I give it to, when it comes to podcasts, I think at age 50, I'm thinking that's it from playing, you know, anything, especially with streaming. I don't want to be like my 60s and 70s still trying to do this stuff. You know, I'd pass the throne down to one of you guys, something like that, who are younger than me and give the channel up or something like that. So that's what I'd probably do as I get older, and just, you know, if someone wanted 1,000 something subs and to have Gamers Realm or destroy it or what, they can have it, but later.
Sell your account.
I'll be honest with you. Like, if I had to pass my torch to any of my family, it's going to be my younger nephew. I was like looking on like his Switch profile. I'm like, what does this kid play? And like I was like looking, like he plays a bunch of Mario games, and like between like the 3 Mario games that he played, he racked up 600 hours. He is 4.
4?
What? Jeez. So he probably have a. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, like I'm not sure like what his skill level is, but with those kind of hours, no matter what age you are, I'm pretty sure you have to have some skill by that point.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine you. Sorry, that just rocks my brain.
Granted, I have 600 hours in between. Like, actually, no, 700 hours between all my Pokemon games. So,
Hey, you got a very high skill level on that, though. You're doing pretty good.
So, like, I'm really curious to see him play. But like, if there's anybody home and pass a torch to, like, you know, like if he's like someone wants to start streaming and take my place, it's gonna be him.
My daughter asked me the other day. Granted, she's 10, and I don't necessarily know if she's ready for it yet. That's why I let them sit in with me on the streams. They've been asking me, Dad, when can we start streaming? My son too. He's 5, and he's all, Dad, can I stream with you? I was like, well, I'll start him off streaming with me and see how he does. There's a kid from the Philippines. He's like 10 or 11, and somehow he has a Facebook gaming account, and he streams and makes tons of money. And I'm like, how? Like, are the rules different like over there, or how? And he's playing first-person shooters.
They potentially could be. I mean, I know
Probably.
different countries have different rules, like on Facebook or just with local laws and whatnot.
It was insane watching. Like, I think he had almost like 800,000 followers on Facebook gaming, and he's like 10. And I looked back at his past videos; they were all him, not his family. But I mean, granted, someone probably helped him set it up, but he's just sitting there. And I'm like, but to hear like the content coming out of his mouth, though, oh man, my kids would never be talking like that.
Hey,
I was like,
I'll say this, you know, his family's probably living off of him.
that's what I'm saying.
Just do what you're doing. Just
say whatever you want. Just keep the money coming.
They're probably racking in like thousands of dollars a month.
Right.
Hey, all they see is the dollar sign right here. Go ahead, son. Do what you got to do.
Oh, shoot.
It's been kind of interesting over the years watching how retro gaming has really taken off. Because like when I started to get back into it myself, because of growing up with it, I know it is considered retro gaming, but to me, it's just a video game. Playing Super Mario, Mario World, Sega. But obviously, with all the new stuff, you compare it, and yeah. But you know what's cool? This one maker, they made this this game on the PC. It wasn't a game so much; it was like an app, but it turns your Nintendo games into like 3D. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Like
Yeah,
when you say Nintendo games, like original classic Nintendo.
Like, yeah, so like what you do is you upload like your ROM on it. Of course, like you go to open your ROM, and it turns the whole game into 3D, and you can, like, let's say you're playing platform Mario. So it turns it into like the platform, but you can actually turn the level, and you can view from behind, up, down, left, right, and it's all 3D. It's super cool. It was free when it first came out years ago, but now I think they charge something like $20-25 for it or something.
Still isn't bad.
No, that's actually pretty good considering like what you do with it, and playing the original Legend of Zelda on it. Dang, you're seeing everything from like a first, second, third year, just viewing the whole thing. It's pretty cool, especially like when you're on the second Legend of Zelda and you're like blink, you shoot the sword and it gets the guy. It looks pretty cool.
You brought up a good point. So one of the things you brought up a good point with Zelda, because one of the things I've been doing since I stopped streaming is Instagramming my car. And like one of the, like I gave it a theme because like I'm still a gamer. I still love the game. So I based my car's theme off of Zelda. And I recently got some cool stuff to put on my car. I got this to put on my windshield.
Oh.
So like I'm super excited for that.
What you know about Hyrule?
I know everything about Hyrule.
Hyrule Police Department.
At least I tried. Like Zelda is such a it's such a vast franchise. There's so many games.
Wow.
There's so many games. There's a TV. Like there's just so much to it. Like it's hard to know everything.
Speaking of that, I saw a picture floating around Facebook and it said like Legend of Zelda, Netflix, something or other, and someone said, "Oh, that's fake." And then my wife, showed my wife, and she actually looked into it. Before the pandemic, they were actually gathering up like the resources, the people, everything to make a Legend of Zelda series for that. And then right before the pandemic, Nintendo pulled out of the series. So they were actually going to make one.
Yep.
Dude, that would have been dope.
Well, apparently they pulled out of it because stuff got leaked, and Nintendo always is so good when it comes to leaked stuff. So they were like, you know what the hell with it? We're not doing it.
That's unfortunate because I feel like it would have done well. Like, Zelda's such a huge franchise that imagine going on Netflix, boom.
Legend of Zelda, better, a movie or a show?
It would have been a show.
Yeah, it would have been a show.
It would have been a show, but I think a movie would have been better.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Yeah. Imagine like how many people gamer-wise, and maybe not gamer-wise, people who are just curious. That's the first thing you see on Netflix. I would have clicked on it right away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, even gamers and non-gamers. I mean, I feel like everybody knows what Zelda is.
Yeah, like you even ask like little kids, who's Zelda? They'll tell you. Who's Link? They'll tell you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. The Last of Us 2, the Last of Us show that's coming out. I'm excited for it, but then I'm not because they're just gonna kill Joe off any damn way. So I'm like, screw it. I don't know.
But you didn't even like the second one. Why do you care if the show is crap or not?
I love the first game. I love the first game. Maybe if they change the show up and keep him alive for a while, you know, have a couple of seasons, you know, before they kill him off. At least.
You're talking about The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching that scene is still heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it.
Did you cry?
No. I think the one thing that
yeah, you did.
No, the only thing that made me cry because the only thing that made me cry in the first Last of Us was like the situation that I'm not going to use detail because it's pretty graphic. The situation that Ellie was in when Joel had to save her. That's the only thing that made me cry because if you just think about like what could have happened, like, you know, it's just terrible. And like it's happening in our world.
Yeah, that's just I don't know, man. I still think that they could have done a good trilogy or something and done they could have turned it into something so huge because of how the first game was such a great impact. It's still one of my favorite games I've ever played is The Last of Us 1. One of the best games ever. But it's just like of course, that's something we came into part 2. Like, yeah, what the fuck, you know? And then you're doing that early in the game. That's something like, shit.
Not everybody can do what Final Fantasy VII Remake did. Is meet everybody's expectations when it comes out. Like if there's a game that's being less highly anticipated, it usually disappoints people at some point, or it's not as good as what people think it's going to be.
Have you ever seen the Advent Children movie?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Japanese version, Evan Children Complete?
Yeah.
It's called and I saw that just the other day. Man, this is way better than the American version I got. That piece of shit. I was
I
like,
think
this is so much better.
they ported it into English too.
They did.
So-
Well, I got the Japanese one. It's fine. I liked it, but an extra half hour or so of footage. They redesigned a lot of. They made it look so much
Yep.
beautiful.
They
like,
they
wow.
did so much better on it. I think my favorite part of like the complete version is when Sephiroth like stabs Cloud like multiple times in midair and then throws him on the floor. I,
That wasn't there in the other one.
that was not in the first one.
Oh,
It was a very graphic and violent addition. I was like, they needed this.
why did they give me this? You know, and then
Yeah, so like my friend was like a huge Final Fantasy fan back when we were in high school, and like as soon as complete came out, he said, "Justin, you need to go on torrent and download this." I'm like, okay, and I did. And like I even though like it was in Japanese, I had subtitles, and it was worth it, so much worth it. Speaking of TV, is anybody watching WandaVision?
I'm starting that this week.
Nope.
Can't wait.
I watched the first
Excited.
2 episodes and I didn't like it.
So, just I'm just gonna say this: just make it to episode 4.
Okay, so it will get better.
Yeah,
Because
it's a really crap show at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's shit in the beginning. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this is boring. This is not funny.
It was like I hated it so much. I was like, why am I still watching this? And I got to episode 4. I'm like, okay, everything's starting to make sense now. And like now there's like a bunch of plot twists in the middle of it. So
Cool.
it's worth it.
Well, maybe I'll give it a chance.
Speaking of video game movies, Jack Black's going to be starring in the new Borderlands movie.
They're doing a Borderlands movie?
Borderlands movie. Yeah, I saw that on Google News the other day.
Yeah.
I am excited about that. I like Jack Black.
know
He's
that.
one of my favorite actors. I have him on all social media platforms because I just like watching the crazy, stupid stuff that he does all the time. One time he shaved his whole beard and his head, and then his kids slapped this Nair stuff on his head like that, and it was just all bad. But he's just funny though, and it was cool watching how I watched his old Activision commercial from back in the day, and then watching how Activision called him back because he was a little kid.
Yeah.
So watching him years later come back on the new Tony Hawk as a cop. So it's Activision again contacted him after all these years saying, hey, you want to meet up again? And I was watching that whole thing on that. It was pretty cool. So I can't wait to see him on the new Borderlands movie. I wonder if it's going to be, it didn't say whether it was going to be comedic or serious. I mean, Borderlands seems to be a little bit of a serious game, kind of ish.
Yeah, but
so-
if you're gonna bring in someone like Jack Black, you're gonna have to, lighten the tone a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I have not seen him in a serious role yet. Just
I want Nacho Libre too.
oh gosh.
I want.
Nacho!
I want that back. He teased a little bit about it on his Instagram last year, so I'm just like, oh man, please.
If we can get the Incredibles 2, anything is possible.
Oh. Wow.
Did you like it or you didn't like it?
Oh, I loved it. Don't get me wrong, but like it was just the gap between the first one and the second one was just insane.
Also, did you guys see that last year Disney bought Blue Sky Studios?
Yes.
Yeah, and this year I read that they are shutting down Blue Sky Studios in April. So they have 450 employees that are going to be unemployed soon, and they're only keeping the core animators. So I was like, my mouth just dropped. I'm like, where are all these people going to work? Like,
They don't care.
They'll manage.
like Blue, I know they probably make a lot of money. I'm just saying, but like,
You can easily try to move some of those people in other positions that are open.
The minute they drop them, they will move on to another company that they'll do almost the exact same thing because they'll be hot commodities.
But it's pretty cool, though, because we were curious why that stuff was popping up on Disney Plus. So I started doing my homework, and I'm like, wow, like Monopoly right there. They've been buying out a lot of people lately, and they're very huge company, and I really don't think they're hurting if they're buying companies through this pandemic, because Blue Sky Studios was actually a very, very huge company. Not as huge as Disney, but they had like, what was that, Happy Feet, and they had
Ice Age,
Ice
Yeah,
Age,
the Ice Age movies.
Furland. They had a bunch of
Ferdinand.
movies.
Yeah. So, and then they had a lot of big name actors in there too. I believe they had a Ferdinand, John Cena. He
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
It was like, I forgot who was in Robots, but I know like Amanda Bynes was in there, and she was pretty big when that came out. Ewan McGregor. Okay, I'm looking everything up right now.
Yeah.
They were better more in like the middle of like the 2010s and like the middle 2000s. They had fallen on a little bit of like hit or miss a lot of their more recent movies, and then when that happens, you get absorbed by a major conglomerate and you get shut down.
The claw came, they settled, and bickety bam, Disney got them.
You would think they would have done better with Spies in Disguise, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably should have. But
were they the same ones that made Despicable Me?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think that that might have been Illumination Studios.
Illumination. Sure. Okay.
I think I mean, you can mash them together at the same time and mix them up 90% of the time because they make similar movies.
Yeah, it's all the same.
I'm like seriously looking into this now.
No, it's crazy. Like, that's my friends at work are kind of like, they're like, they're big on looking at conspiracy theories and stuff. They're like, oh, Disney. I'm like, dude, you guys don't look into it. What happened was the company needed a selling point. They were probably dropping. Disney saw an opportunity, bought, boom, done, over with. That's all that happened. Very simple.
And like it gives them the ability to expand their Disney Plus selection, because like, if you're just using like, Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, you're going to run out of content eventually. People are not going to have anything to watch after you blow through all that in like 3 months. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Star Wars, did you see that what's her name got let go because of all the stuff she was posting on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gina, I forgot what her last name was.
Gina Carano.
Yeah. They said they've had issues with her like in the past posting stuff, but it was just
what do you think
time
about
to just.
They were looking for a reason to get rid of her.
Yeah.
And it did, and it just so happened that the stars aligned and they got rid of her. But it's like, I get why people are complaining about it, because they claim Disney is hypocritical about stuff that they say happens on one side and not the other. And that's why people all over Twitter the other day, cancel Disney Plus was trending, because you get rid of a character that's very popular and the fans don't want to deal with it.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, that's crazy, because she was huge even at the last episode. And are you serious? And you do that? What you gonna do? Who's gonna replace her? Or what you gonna do with her?
They will come up with a stupid way to write her off or kill her off, and so she can never come back when everything dies down, if they ever wanted to bring her back. They'll say like she was on a mission and she's missing in action or something, or the ship exploded or something stupid. Something stupid like they all do when they kill off a character. But it's like the I
was like, it's just upsetting for me how, like, I've seen it happen, various times with various actors, and like even sometimes when they issue an apology, like they're just gone just like that. Especially like, and it happens like with things that happen like Regina's is more recent, but like for a lot of other people, it's happened for things that happened like back in 2009, 2012. I'm like, and you guys are really bringing this. You guys are really like digging that far in, this like to just get someone in trouble.
Well, when these things do happen, it always looks like they were always looking for a reason to cut ties with them anyway. I mean, Gina Carano, the merchandise is flying off the shelves. The Mandalorian is one of the most popular things on Disney Plus right now, if not the most popular. And Disney doesn't care. They were making money hand over fist on her merchandise and Mandalorian merchandise, but they don't care.
They did it. They did good last year, so they got good numbers going. They're making all that money anyway. So
I think they're making a side movie, no, off of Solo.
yeah,
Um,
I
I hear a lot of things about Star Wars
some
nowadays.
more shows coming out.
Yeah, just when we need more Star Wars shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have the
Never have
Mandalorian.
enough Star
Obi-Wan
Wars.
show. The
Look,
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
there's not a problem with more Star Wars. Is that most Star Wars that comes out now is shit.
Mhm.
That's the problem. If you can get for every Mandalorian show that you have 10 of the last 3 movies, and they are utter garbage.
Yeah, if they had good quality like The Mandalorian, like the last couple Star Wars movies, they were okay. But there's just something special about The Mandalorian that I feel like they put a little bit of extra TLC into. And if they put that into the rest of the stuff, they wouldn't do too bad.
It's the director. It's who.
Of that.
Oh, go on.
I'm trying not to step over you.
You're more of an expert, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh God, I'm so not an expert. But it's like I feel like they put people who can actually write and direct on The Mandalorian, and they put everyone who had no idea what the hell they were doing on the last 3 Star Wars movies. I mean, look at it. If you look at it from a common sense standpoint, the first one was basically the first movie in the original trilogy. That's why everybody liked it. The second and third ones are the second one is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And it ranks up there with that Transformers movie where they give you the old robot and where half the movie he's just an old prospector, which there was no reason for that to even happen.
Was that 4-hour long one?
That was
that was 2.5, I think.
Yeah, that was like the second or third one with Shia LaBeouf.
There was one that was like almost 4 hours, and my wife and I were the whole time thinking, like, what happened?
I think
that was the fourth one, I think.
Yeah, that was. Oh God, yeah,
it was horribly long, and the storyline was.
But to go back on Star Wars, it's like the second one, you have half a storyline that doesn't need to be in the movie at all. It's like they realized, oh shit, we got to come up with a story for Finn, and we didn't come up with a story for Finn, so let's have him go to a casino planet and talk to the guy to pick the lock on something, and then you see the kids at the end who are like half Jedi, half evil, or whatever the hell that was.
Is that the one who gets that kiss at the end of the movie from what's her name?
Yeah, I think it's like where they're in the stable of the casino horse track thing, and they show the kids where you think they're going to be good, and then they show the one kid, he's like anti-force or something. I don't know. I don't even want to think about that awful movie.
That was the thing with me, is that seeing that part when Finn and what's her name? The character he had kissed her. What's her name towards the end when he thought that she had died and.
What the hell was her name?
Yeah,
she got shit all over the internet.
Yeah, I know. I like the character, but they did that just shocked the shit out of me, and then I was like, oh, screw this. And then the same thing happened where the third film, I was just trying to enjoy what it was. I was there in the theater. The whole thing seems cool, amazing effects, whatever. And then freaking the two main characters fucking kiss. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Well, that was like it's like they want to throw all this hot topic stuff into these movies when they make no sense. It's like, why is Luke Skywalker a jerk in the trilogy? Because nobody knows how to write good characters anymore. It's like, why would he be an a-hole and want to?
I just didn't understand that. It bothered me so much.
That's the thing I didn't understand either, is why did they turn him in he was such a go-getter, and then all of a sudden he was a hermit, and I was like, why? Like, he would have never done that.
Well, he was like he's the defender of the Jedi Order, and he's the farm boy that turns into modern day superhero. And then the new ones is like, he's blaming himself for what happened to the Empire and the rise of whatever the new order is, or the next order, or whatever.
First order, final order.
Yeah, whatever. something order. But it's like what
Order.
add order, lunch order, you know. But
Lunch order.
Luke Skywalker would never do that. I mean, hell, his father's fucking Darth Vader, for God's sake. Why would why wouldn't he be guilty that Darth Vader's his father? And wouldn't he feel guilty for the crimes that Darth Vader committed?
Right.
If you're thinking the same way, it's like,
Did you like him in The Mandalorian, the CGI version of Luke?
You know,
I didn't think it was realistic.
It sounds like it's the best thing one of the best things the
It was
Mandalorian
sounded
has
cool. It was
done.
awesome. The idea was awesome, but like, man, why can't they just made it look more better? I don't know.
I mean, I'm guessing the budget has a big thing to do with it. I mean, it's
Probably.
at the end of the day, it's a TV show, and like you can already see like where they made cuts in certain episodes just based on like the CGI and whatnot. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Luke Skywalker was not my favorite thing about the Mandalorian. Ahsoka Tano was.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh yeah, she was pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, like if you like, I feel like with Luke Skywalker, you get 3 movies. Ahsoka Tano, I had 8 seasons of the Clone Wars. So like, I mean, like I had a better relationship with that character.
Perfect, dude. She was perfect.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because even my wife said, she goes, babe, look at the drawing. I mean, look at the art versus like the character, and she said it just matches up like 100%.
Spot on.
Yeah, it did a really good job with it.
Yeah, and so I was like, the whole time I was like, wow. That's all I kept saying was, wow, this is awesome.
It was at the inauguration. Her and her husband were there. The actress.
Dawson.
Oh, Rosario Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were there. I was all cool.
It's like that stuff's irrelevant to me, but we're not even going to touch on that.
Yeah, let's stay away from politics right now.
But I also like
Harry run.
I also like that they finally named Baby Yoda Grogu.
Yeah.
Now like people are still calling it Baby Yoda because that's like the thing that stuck with everybody. And I called it Grogu, and everybody's like, no, Baby Yoda. I'm like, no, but it has a name now.
My wife corrects me every single time.
We should still call it Grogu or Baby Yoda.
She calls it Baby Yoda.
Yep. Emma, it has a name now. It's Grogu.
They were calling it Baby Yoda for like 10 episodes, 10, 15 episodes, something like that. And then they expect you to be like, they'll just throw one random word out there and be like, oh, okay.
And like you have to remember, like there was like a year between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
And tons of memes to come out in between the 2.
Memes, man. Those are like the get you in trouble.
Everything gets you in trouble now. It's just
You can't go on the web without seeing something. You're like, oh gosh.
I'm extremely careful about what I put on the internet now, and like I barely put anything, to be honest with you.
I don't post that much. I don't write that much anymore.
That's me and my wife. Like we have a Facebook, but we're I mostly like something or lurk, or I very rarely post like things on there because like I don't want to get mixed up in all, like my wife and I talk about politics together, but I don't want that to be a part of that because you get these people that they get straight attack you, like people that you've had on your Facebook for years that won't say a word. You put something politic related, boom, there they are.
Right.
Snap.
Exactly.
And then they'll share it, and then that person will share it, and then it's like a big loop. That's why I stick to video games, because video games, no politics. It's just gaming, have fun, do what you do.
I think like the biggest thing that I posted recently was from like 2 years ago. It was my wedding pictures.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like I haven't like posted anything political. I haven't like even like I'm afraid to post about TV shows now after my last post about a TV show I was watching. I got a lot of flack about it. I'm like, all right, not touching that realm anymore. It's like you can't. There's always going to be someone that's going to complain on the internet.
You put a zipper on some people's mouths, and someone once told me this. They said there are people who have no business being on social media because they don't have any control. They don't have any like tact. they don't know how to just say something, and they'll just start attacking people. So they have really no business being on it. Myself, I like it. It's a fun aspect. And like you guys said, I'm just careful about what I put out there. Even gaming related content, there's certain things I won't even hit on in that department.
I know who doesn't, who's not meant to be on social media. I'm not going to say her name.
Let's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Let you go for it.
No. I'm not even gonna touch that one. I'm good.
I just heard about it, and I'm like, nope.
Oh no, that particular person is getting spread on YouTube like crazy and fire. Her and another person, and even a friend of mine on Facebook who doesn't even know who that person is saying, "Hey man, be careful of this person." Yada yada yada. I'm like, I said, dude, run.
We already took care of it. It's like
it's over
from
with.
that person to a lot of other people. You know, she fits in that category with a lot of others. That's just like they just go on there, they throw their crap out there. They act like they're so.
Yep.
I don't know, like things are great and everything, but then I should have done my research at first, and I should have realized that the crazy wasn't meant to be, and it's just but I quietly just kind of led my way out and just like everyone else was doing, and just peacefully just let it out. But some people just don't want to let it go, and they keep on pushing it, and all you do is I kept it quiet and just kind of left it alone. And that's for anyone. People, even for when you're posting something, depending on the subject that you're making a video about, you're gonna find that particular hater who doesn't like that thing that you're talking about, and maybe a group of them might come in, they'll tease you for a while, and then they'll leave, and sometimes they'll stick around for a while. They'll try to play with your channel, and they'll add in like 30 likes or 30 subscribers, and they'll drop that. It's probably one person controlling the entire. Like, people are poisoned sometimes. Like, they got nothing better to do, and we're just all just trying to have a good time. Girls just trying to have fun, right, guys?
Are you talking about are you talking about those Pepsi guys again?
They weren't too bad. There was other people that were by far worse. That was just like you just know that someone's just playing games. And for me, I think on a personal level, I think is people I might have known who found out I did something and they're just being jerks. And but I don't have proof. Or even when I did the AMICO videos, we got some people just trying to, be hating on just what I love, what I love, what's happening.
I remember you getting thumbs down bombed for a long time.
I got shit.
Yeah, but no, I know it happens to everybody, but you got really like hammered.
One video got hammered big time. Think you guys, is that the one we're talking about?
You got like what, almost 100 dislikes on that one?
Yeah,
it was a video, and then there were a couple of live streams I remember that you were having issues with.
Yeah, and it was
coming in and like negative voting like for like an hour.
So then I think that's when I was doing more streaming. Then I changed things up, and it did kind of with the podcast. It felt better, and some of I think people gave up and they left it alone. And now to this day, it's like all I know is what I got is that I have an awesome. I mean, I enjoy all this, the community, the people, and people will come and go, whether they're jealous or they're hateful or it's just, and we all experience something similar to that. I think I've had plenty of it, but I think it's just like, I'm ready for it. I know it's going to happen more, here and there, but I had, there was a AMICO video that the last one I did when I was saying why I feel AMICO is, I think that video that had like 300, almost 400 views recently. Somebody went on there, actually photocopied my face on there, put it in their video, and was talking a little not nasty about me. Was just talking against Tommy Tallarico, and it's just they were just being pointless, trying to put a point down. I was like, man, whatever, man. And we just let them be however they want, and that's how they feel. They will always drop it and eventually just leave it alone. And the rest of us are just going to continue to have fun and enjoy what we do.
People breed on negativity.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, what you pay attention to, you give power to, and you're giving attention to the haters, and you're putting power on those haters. And if instead you just leave them alone, let them hate, because you know what, haters gonna hate. That's just they're gonna do their thing. So you just don't pay attention to them, block them, stay away. I've learned to do that over the years. Just don't pay attention to them, man, because at the end of the day, like if you're paying attention to them, you're getting sucked into like the vibe of that, and then all of a sudden that's gonna grow, and you're gonna be that person like those other people are. So I just don't even pay attention to it. I either block, keep going, I'm good. I have too many awesome things going on to worry about haters.
Yeah, so I just, as much as I want to talk a lot of shit, or I can easily do, for one person, I can easily just go out and do a rant hate video on somebody, but it's not going to be worth it, because that's just going to be showing people that I can't handle something, or I want to spread whatever about somebody else, and I'm not even going to do it. It's not worth it. It's all good, you know. There's a lot of good things coming up for the, you know, for like next month. We have the creator of Roger Rabbit, and that's cool. And unfortunately today, you know, with our other turtle guy, I have a feeling it could be something, either something happened or timing got mixed up, and it's not gonna hurt. It's fine. We got more things coming up. We have I think we got what's that guy from QA found us, a guy from Mortal Kombat, and some of the actors from the Mortal Kombat 1 game. Some of, you know, how the game was kind of realistic, and they had those actors, you know, playing out all the moves and such. We got one of those guys from it. That's early March, and then the Roger Rabbit guy in March. And so as long as I just have to make sure I keep in touch with these guys more, I think I did fine. I just don't know how it turned out, and it's whatever. You know, we still have
New Mortal Kombat movies coming out too.
I heard about it.
No.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm excited.
Is it gonna be good? No.
It's supposed to be like very graphic, like MA style, blood, guts, just like the original. So it's gonna show a lot of gore. So I'm excited about that, because it's supposed to be better than the last one. Like very, very much.
Wow.
The bar's not high there.
That's not very hard to be better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean,
let's be
not the
real.
last one. I'm talking like was it the first one? Was there only one?
There
Or
were
was there
two.
There's
Dude, the
two.
first one's supposed to be
No
better than
one
the first
talks
one.
about the second one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's been real. It's been fun, but it's time for us to wrap things up, man. It's been awesome. I just want to thank everybody that's here. It's been fun being back with you guys again. So I'm looking forward to more future streams. Anything you guys have before we get ready to wrap things up today?
No one? I'm good.
We're good. All right, then I just want to thank all the viewers out there on YouTube right now. And if you're watching this posting on Facebook, thank you guys so much for all your love, your likes, comments, shares, follows, subscribes. Thank you so much for following the podcast. And we will see you guys on another awesome night. You guys have a great evening.
Have a good one, guys.
Later, guys. Take care. Okay, we are off the air.
Okay.